Welcome to another class. This class will be super delicious. The topic is chocolate, so I'm sure you'll love it. Well, as I said, we're going to be talking about chocolate, the history of chocolate, how was it discovered and made. The level of this class is pre-intermediate, and I'm going to be using a video from the series of Open Mind, Macmillan, of course, as usual. So let's get started. Antes de ver el video sobre el chocolate, van a copiar, a pausar el video y van a copiar este true or false, estas oraciones para hacer este true or false. Recuerden que yo paso el video una sola vez por una cuestión de tiempos, pero ustedes pueden rebobinar y verlo cuantas veces quieran. Y ahora lo que sí les digo, les recomiendo pausen la grabación, copien las preguntas, que ya vamos a ver el video.
Chocolate is one of the most popular flavors in the world. It was first used by people in Central America over 3,000 years ago, and they usually made it as a drink that had a very bitter taste. Cocoa beans were also used in religious ceremonies. Mayan and Aztec priests offered the beans as a gift to the gods. The Aztecs even ordered people to pay their taxes in cocoa beans. Chocolate first became popular as a food with a sweet flavor after 1828, when a way of making cocoa butter from the cocoa beans was invented by a Dutch chemist called Johannes van Houten. The first chocolate bar was made in England in 1847, and milk chocolate was created in Switzerland in 1875. But the chocolate-making process has never been simple. Even today, producing chocolate can take a long time. Chocolate comes from the pods of the cacao tree. Originally from the tropical regions of Central and South America, cacao trees are now grown in countries near the equator around the world. The largest producing countries are Ghana, Ivory Coast, and Indonesia. The pods are harvested and opened with a large knife, and the beans are taken out and left to ferment for about 6 days. After this, they are dried and roasted. Then the center of the bean, or nib, is separated from the outer shell. This process is called winnowing. The nibs are high in fat, or cocoa butter. They are ground and made into a thick paste called cocoa liquor. This is pressed, and the cocoa butter is removed. The remaining cocoa liquor is left to cool down and become solid. Sugar is added to this mixture, which is then made into a dough. Next, the dough is refined through steel rollers until it is a fine powder. The cocoa powder is then heated until it becomes a smooth liquid. The chocolate is stirred, then cooled, and heated again. In fact, it goes through this process a number of times in order to stop the chocolate from developing white patches and becoming too crumbly. In order to make milk chocolate, milk powder is added to the dough before it is refined. Sometimes, cocoa butter is added back to the dough as well. This helps to give the chocolate a rich texture and flavor. White chocolate has a lot of cocoa butter. Finally, when the liquid chocolate is in good condition, it is ready to become the delicious treat that is so loved all over the world. Sometimes it is left to harden in molds to become bars of chocolate, or it is added to ice cream, or cakes, or biscuits, or muffins, or cereals, desserts, milkshakes, fondues, brownies, pretzels, waffles, fudge.
Well, you can't tell me you didn't like this video. So, number one, the narrator says the original chocolate drink was very sweet. Aztec people used the cocoa beans to pay taxes. Taxes son impuestos. Is this true or false? What do you remember? Milk chocolate was first made in Belgium. The cocoa beans are left to ferment for 6 days. The nib is the center of the bean. Butter helps give chocolate a rich texture and flavor. Si hasta acá no tienen todas las true or false, pausen, vuelvan a ver el video, que ya les doy las respuestas. So number one is false. At the beginning, the chocolate drink was very bitter. Number two is true. They used cocoa beans as money. Number three is false. Milk chocolate was first made in Belgium. It wasn't. Remember that it was first made in Switzerland, I guess, and the first chocolate was made in England. The cocoa beans are left to ferment for 6 days. This is true. The nib is the center of the bean. This is also true. And the last one is false because they are talking about cocoa butter, which is not the butter we know. Bueno, espero que les haya encantado esta clase y no me digan que no les da un poco de ganas de comer un chocolate con este frío. Yo ya quiero uno. Bueno, y recuerden, como siempre, seguir el canal o el Workshops English, en donde cada tanto voy a estar subiendo estos videos o listenings o actividades que tal vez les ayuden a practicar un poquito el inglés desde otro lado. Bueno, espero que les haya gustado, les mando un abrazo and see you the next time. Bye bye.